How often do you go to the store and grab whatever you want off of the shelf? We grab without thinking. Unfortunately for Ryan, that's not an option.
I was really sick for probably about a 2 or 3 year period, and finally I got a blood test, and that came up negative actually, because I guess the blood test is like inconclusive. But then I got an endoscopic exam, so they put like a little camera down in through my stomach and took a little biopsy of my small intestine and tested that, and then that's how I found out.
To make his food taste better, Ryan makes a lot of his own food. As much fun as going out to eat is, it adds an extra obstacle in his life.
When I first found out, pretty much if I did go out to eat, it was like cook a chicken breast in a fresh pan, like not on the same grill, because if it was contaminated, I would get sick. Everywhere you go, there's a chance of cross-contamination. So anytime I go out to eat, there's a chance I could get sick. The only way I know I'm not going to get sick is if I make the food myself.
And here he is, avoiding just that. Before having the disease, he didn't know much of anything about it. Now, he's an expert.
It's an autoimmune disease, so pretty much what it does is, like, when I was eating it, before I found out I had celiac, it had burned off. You have like little things in your stomach and in your intestines called cilia. That's why I like celiac. And it had pretty much just like burned all those off, so I could eat and eat and eat and eat, but I'd never gain any weight.
His girlfriend Katie shares the obstacles she endures.
It's more serious than I would have ever imagined it being, and so he told me on our first date, we actually, like, typically, like, a first date with a guy, I mean, he's gonna take you somewhere to eat, you know, but that, like, we couldn't do anything like that, and he had told me about how he couldn't eat gluten.
So even if I eat completely gluten-free, I still get sick sometimes.
I think the hardest part about it is because, I mean, I love to cook. I love cooking, and it's hard because I have to start looking at ingredients, and you have to be careful with what you cook. I mean, I can't cook for him like I would for most people because he's so limited at what he can eat.
Ryan tells us the damage eating gluten would do to his body.
If I were to just like say like I just wasn't going to deal with it and I was just going to eat gluten all the time, there's a chance that I could develop cancer from it. You pretty much just have to eat gluten-free, and that's the problem solver.
For someone who has so much at risk, he doesn't let that stop him from having a normal life. Reporting from the Willows, I'm Kylie Benish, Scroll TV News.